Hello, I'm Howard Bushhart, and I'll be your instructor this semester in the AAC 1304 Pharmacology of Addiction. And I'd like to welcome you to the course, and then I've got some things I want to go over with you. But first of all, let me do a little disclaimer that this course is one of a number of pharmacology courses that are specialty courses offered at Lee College. And they have different requirements for different pharmacologies for different programs. If you're in nursing or health information technology and you're wanting to take this as a pharm course, then you're in the wrong place. This is a course that's offered for addiction counselors and prevention specialists, and our focus is on the drugs of abuse. So if that's what you're coming to school for and that's the course that you want to take, you're in the right place. Otherwise, see your counselor and they can help you out, okay? I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to go into the course, and I'm going to pull up the syllabus, and I'm going to talk about some things here in just a sec. But before I do that, I'll just let you know a little bit. Like I said, I'm Howard Bushhart. I'll be your instructor this year. I'm chairman of the Allied Health Division and lead instructor in the Addictions Counseling Program. I've been with Lee College now for 30 plus years, so I've spent a good deal of my adult life here on campus. I'm a recovering person. I came in through that door. Through my own recovery and then becoming interested in helping others out and completing my education, that sort of thing. So here I am. The material that we will be studying here will be focused towards drugs of abuse, which people, the type of things that people become addicted to: heroin, other narcotics, cocaine, alcohol, that type of thing. And with the drugs that are used to treat addictions with medically assisted treatment, and with drugs used to manage other mental type issues, which we'll have to know a little bit about. So that's what we'll be doing particularly in this course. You'll have a number of opportunities to make a grade, and I'll talk about that later too. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and then we'll jump over and take it from there. You should be seeing what I'm seeing. I think you're seeing what I'm seeing. And I hope you're seeing what I'm saying. Anyway, if you're not, I'll throw this away and start over. So I'm going in the way I go in, and you go in the way you go in. Logins is what I'm doing, and this is how I do it. But I go to my Blackboard homepage, and you should have a similar, maybe not exactly like this, but a similar homepage. And I pick the class that I'm going to be discussing. That's this one, 1304 OLO 1 for spring 21. And here we are. And as you go down this, you've got, and this isn't available to you right now. Well, I guess it is because you're looking at it. Yeah. Anyway, this is your course content. You open it up, and it shows you the things that you will be doing this semester in increments, in 2-week increments. But this is the syllabus, and this is the thing that I want you to look at first. And this is important stuff right here, by the way. This is got contact information for me, and this is how you'd find me. My office which we're not going to, I probably won't be there a lot this semester because of the health crisis. But my office is 202B in the ATC building, the Advanced Technology Center. It's the suite of offices right above the library. So if you come up the stairs or ride the elevator on that end of the building, on the glass end of the building, then I'll be right there, office 202, first suite you come to. My phone number at work is here, my email here, and this is my cell phone, so I'm pretty available. I check my email very often. I try to respond, um, promptly. Sometimes I kind of lose things a little bit, and it might be that, I overlook something, but generally speaking, I try to get back with you right away. I'm also the division chair, same contact information. So if you want to complain about your instructor, you got to complain to your division chair, and that's also me. uh, but Rachel Montgomery is our division secretary. This is her contact number. And we have a brand new dean, Dr. Janina Norris, and this is her contact info. I don't have the phone number that she wants to give yet, but I suspect you could get it through the nursing division. Security is here, and the college website's here. By the way, we're supposed to be using an electronic syllabus this semester. I haven't gotten it yet. If you're looking at this one, well, you're looking at this one. If you're looking at another one, you'll be listening to another presentation. Anyway, our course description's here, and this is our focus. We're going to look at the pharmacological effects of addiction, tolerance, dependence, cross-addiction, drug interaction, etc. And we have certain learning outcomes. I might also point out to you that in the text that you're using, which it will be Drug Society and Human Behavior by Oakley Ray and Charles Kaiser and others, then they will have their own learning outcomes at the front of each chapter that we'll also be looking at. If you're in here, you've met the prerequisites or co-requisites to get in here if you're on the degree track, but this is what you need to be successful anyway, even if you're on the certificate track, which is to read basically at a high school level. Our technology is advancing at a rapid clip. When I first came here many moons ago, my first computer here had a 5.5-inch floppy disk. We weren't on the internet, and high tech really was colored markers. So we've come a long way. But here's some things that are useful to you. Office 365. If you're enrolled in school and you're doing this, then you need to be able to navigate in that system and all of that. There's Grammarly if you're writing a paper or doing PowerPoint presentations or something. Generally speaking, Microsoft Word, by the way, if you're writing papers or things like that, does have spell and grammar checks, and it'll underline something that you've written. You can click on it, it will tell you what it thinks is wrong and give you the opportunity of correcting that or saying, leave me alone, I know what I'm doing, basically, and ignore it. If you're looking at this, you've already figured out how to log in. So you're already in the classroom, and this is relatively self-explanatory. So this is the technology part of it. The student email, and I don't have anything to add to what's written there, by the way. Student email is that communications from the institution and faculty, we send those using the MyLC email accounts, and you can access them, through MyLC. You can also link them with your phone so that you get an alert, or link them with the email of choice that you like to use. So all of that's possible too. Textbook supplies and requirements. This is one we'll be using, the C.L. Hart Kaiser book, Drug Society and Human Behavior, latest edition. But you can use an edition or two back. That's all right and not a problem. If you've got older editions, and this is kind of a problem, not a huge problem usually, but sometimes it can be. The further you go back in editions, the less updated your information is. This is a dynamic field, and stuff that I don't teach the same thing in these courses that I taught when I first came here, because we know more about addiction than we knew when I first came here. And so going into this field, by the way, is an embarkation into constant and continuous learning. Because there's new information, new textbooks being written, new techniques developed, new drugs being used, etc., and so forth, and ad infinitum. It's but if you were to try to go into the field with the knowledge that I had when I went into the field, you wouldn't be very successful. If you are using older textbooks that are 3 and 4 editions old, you're missing new information is one thing, but a second thing is that sometimes textbooks get rearranged. It's not a big problem with this particular textbook, but if you were, for instance, to go from the 2nd edition to the 3rd edition in motivational interviewing, which you'll see a little later on in your counseling skills class, is a huge difference. You wouldn't be able to follow along easily at all, or if at all, trying to work from the 2nd edition when someone is teaching from the 3rd, because the entire book is rearranged. So that's an issue. If someone's willed you a 3rd edition this text, put it on your bookshelf and save it as a wonderful historical item, and then grab the 16th edition or 15th or 14th. You can live with those. Okay. Books are available through the iCampus store or by phone, and this My Books information. This is something that we started at Textbook Savings Programs. It's been up in the air ever since they've started it. Basically, what happens is you receive instant access to your course material through the bookstore, and it's charged out of your account or added to your tuition, however you want to look at it. The digital material on the first day, makes things kind of handy. But you don't have to participate in that. You can decide to get your textbooks elsewhere. It's that, all of that's entirely up to you. You can decide to opt out, but you need to do that right away. And honestly, I don't know where this is going, where the My Books program is going to go. But you can find more about it, out about it here. You're not under any obligation to purchase a textbook from the My Books program. You are under no obligation to go to the bookstore. That's just an option. Access Center for students with disabilities. If you have a disability and I need to make some sort of accommodation for you, then go to Kaylee Villanueva, and she is a wonderful lady who takes care of this kind of stuff. And she would send me something with with your particular need. If it's something that I can meet, I will meet it, and we'll all be happily ever after going in that direction. Uh, Attendance policy, I don't really have one. The you know uh, that I'm particularly rigorous with. This is going to be an online class, and we have an attendance policy in compliance with U.S. Department of Education. This is a generic attendance policy, and you can click this link to review it. I'll click that link to review it and see where we go to here. And online learning, hybrid online learning course link, of online attendance. Uh, Documenting that a student is logged in is not sufficient. The school must demonstrate that a student participated in the class or was otherwise engaged in academically related activity, etc. And so if you're going to do that, then these are the things that you're going to have to participate in. Physically attending a class, submitting an academic assignment, taking an exam, etc., and so forth. And in a lot of online courses, people put things off until they're overwhelmed by them, and they run out of time, and consequently they don't get their work in, and consequently they don't pass. Don't do that. If you stop submitting or participating, I'll probably try to contact you, and if oh, I messed up. And if that doesn't work, I'll submit your name over to a counselor who will try to contact you and make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Absences due to religious holidays doesn't matter. We have holidays coming up in this course. This is a 16-week course, really. And there's going to be a spring break in there where you're free, but you're also flexible. And like I said, this is the courses are in 2-week blocks, modules. You can get your work done and have your holiday any way you want to do it. You can basically travel pretty much at your own speed. So I think that the idea of call and roll and taking days off for holidays are kind of passe with online learning. Academic honesty policy, no cheating. If you're busted cheating, then there will be penalties for that, and they're outlined with this policy, which you can look at, and I suggest you do. Assistance in appeals. If you're having problems with any aspect of the course or any of the DAC courses, really, you can come to me with those, and I'll do what I can to resolve those issues for you. And there's appeals policy that you can do there. The appeals process, by the way, is if you're having a problem with your teacher, discuss it with your teacher. And if you're, if that's something that doesn't get resolved at that level, or if there's a problem with having this discussion at that level, then you contact me. And if I can't get it resolved, then you go to the dean. And if the dean can't get it resolved, then you kick it up there to a VP of learning, moving up the ladder. So there. No more Title IX. This is Title IX is a big deal. Title IX addresses sex discrimination, sexual harassment, abuse, assault, etc. on campus, and sexual harassment does occur online too. So you can look at Title IX here and the available resources page and the Title IX sex discrimination. We are committed to protecting our students and making our campus as safe as possible, including the online environment that you guys work in. And you can contact Dr. Kaufman, Dr. Rosemary. Some of you have had a class with her or will have a class with her. She teaches family in this program of study. Or you can email Title IX. So Dr. Kaufman, by the way, is also the academic advisor for the DAC program. So wonderful lady, you'll love her. Withdrawal drop policy, and you're responsible for withdrawing. In fact, you have to withdraw. If I have a name that shows up in my classroom and this is a person who never came, never did anything, then who never checked in, I've had no contact with, then I will drop that individual from the roll by the day of record. If you've dropped in, wandered around, discussed things with people you've participated in or attended class. If you've done an assignment, that's class attendance. If you've, done anything in the course room, that's class attendance. Once you've attended class, I won't drop you. In fact, it's college policy. If you have done anything in the class, if you've come to class on campus, whatever, you have to do the dropping. And the last day for drops is, oh my goodness, I don't know what the last day is because I haven't got that electronic syllabus yet. This isn't it. No, that's pretty unfair. But the last day to drop, I'll fix this as soon as I can find that. It's not in the academic calendar right now. But if you're going to drop, the long and short of it is, if you're going to drop. Contact the admissions office and say, I'm dropping. That way you'll get a W. Otherwise, if you just stop coming, you'll get an F. And I don't say that to threaten you. I'm just saying that's the process. That's how it works. If you want to not take the class anymore, please drop it officially, because otherwise, at the end, you'll have an F on your transcript. Students who drop their courses after the official day of record and prior to the final day of student drops may be subject to the 6-drop rule. The 6-drop rule is that after you've dropped a course so many times, the state will stop paying for it, and then you'll see what college really costs if you want to take that course again. If you want to resign from courses, if something happens and, you can't finish, you get a new job and they won't let you, I don't know, whatever. You have to move out of state, or I don't know, anything at all comes up, and you have to stop attending classes, then resign. It's really not a big deal to withdraw from your courses. You can always come back later. This is your student support and services. We have all kinds of good things. Learning Hub, the library, and you get down there with Samantha and Paul and everyone who are on the first floor of my building. They're terrific people. We have great math labs and writing centers, student success and advising center, technology help desk, open computer labs, all kinds of good things for you. The ARS, the Academic Support Referral, I've already kind of talked about that. And this is where, if you're not doing well in the class, I will, send a referral to an academic advisor who will get with you and see if they can help, if you and I haven't been able to make contact or resolve it or whatever. Grades and grade points we'll talk about in a minute. Incompletes, they happen sometimes. People are rocking along. They've been in a class. They've got 75% of the class is complete. Things are going swell. Then all of a sudden something happens and you can't complete it. and it's beyond your control, I can give you an I, and you have to be passing, and you have to have most of the assignments done to get an I. Otherwise, you need to withdraw. But when I give you an I, that means it's incomplete. Uh, I'm not assigning a grade, but giving you a period of time to complete the work. And as I said, if you're passing and you've got 75% of the work in, then then I can do that. But you have one full semester to complete the incomplete work, and if you don't complete the incomplete work within that one full semester, then you get an F. So you can look at the incomplete policy and get that. All right. If we were standing in a classroom, I'd have already asked you any questions a number of times now, and you probably have some. If you want to email me or give me a call, I'll try to answer those questions for you. But hang with me a little while longer and they might get answered. We're getting into the important stuff. How do I get a grade? Right? This is a rough assignment and test schedule. This is a contract that I make, you and me, right? But as a contract, it demands a little bit of flexibility. In the spring of 2020, there was this viral outbreak that took place in the country. And it required us to make some adjustments in the way we do things. I had a contract with my students who were taking this course at the time that was sufficient to their needs, meeting with me over in McNulty Haddock Complex in W10 and having our face-to-face courses there. Then we went on the spring break that never ended, and the college shut down due to this outbreak of COVID-19. That changed what I did and how I was doing it. It changed it significantly. And so, you're talking to someone now who's had a couple of semesters of online stuff behind him. I'm not willing to say yet that that I consider myself good at this type of teaching. I'm getting better, I believe, which from where I started, is saying something. So I learned on the run, and I had to do a lot of adjustment to this. And I'm not particularly daunted by having to make adjustments to the syllabus because other things happen, over time. We live in a part of the world where the river catches on fire sometimes, hurricanes, floods, chemical spills, exploding things happen that, shut us down sometime, and we have to make adjustments to what we're doing to get there. I don't expect much of that here because this is a very linear course, and I've got things that I'm going to be doing with you. Like, for instance, you're going to get this that I'm giving you right now is entitled Watch This First. So this is the intro video. Watch it. And your first assignment is going to read chapters 1 and 2. I'm posting you a lecture over the material on chapters 1 and 2. I'm also sharing with you the PowerPoint that you can download anytime you want to and look at it yourself, or you can watch the video, however you want to do it. And then you'll take a quiz over that material. There'll be posted assignments in these courses, and they'll vary. They won't be the same things all the time. So your assignments, there'll be a bunch of them, and they'll be different. there'll be chances for extra credit in this too. Extra credit's not listed because I'll announce the extra credit, but you can get points, extra credit points, that isn't figured in this equation down here at the bottom, the points and points. If I'm giving you 15 quizzes, I'll only take the best 10, and that'll be 30% of your grade. I'm giving you a number of assignments. I'm only taking 10 of those best grades, and that'll be 10% of what you do. And then there are 5 exams that, you know, and they'll be 60% of your grade, and that will equal total. And you see here your total points are 700. That's a iffy number of points. Because what I'm looking at is however many points you have. 700 is 100%, but you can go over that because of the extra credit. And of course, A's as high as it gets, but you get my drift. This isn't a fixed absolute here. And that'll be 100% of your grade. Your final percentage grades are 89, 50 to 100's A, 79, 50 to 89, 49 is B, etc. You can read that. I'll have to read it out to you. So, and your last week is you'll watch a wrap-up presentation and complete all incomplete work. There'll be lectures associated with all of these, by the way, and posted assignments. I don't know what I did wrong to not have that show up this morning. I think I know, but I'll fix it anyway. You'll have quizzes over every chapter that you read, and you'll have exams, and they will be over the chapters that you read and the assignments. You'll have extra credit assignments that are optional. You can do them or not. They usually require a Zoom meeting with someone, and you'll see those start popping up about the second week of January in 2021, which is when we'll start this class. Yeah. So that'll be that. I don't think there's any more I want to say to you about this particular subject, so I will bail right out of here and go back to the screen share. And that's that. Like I said, I welcome you to the course. I look forward to this semester. I look forward to 2021 being a better year. I mean, it could be worse. Maintain optimism, but make it a guarded optimism. Do the things you need to do to keep yourself safe. We'll be talking about a number of things that I think you'll find interesting. If you didn't find them interesting, you wouldn't have taken the course, would you? So everyone in here right now, at the very moment that you're watching this, everyone in here has an A, and I will be absolutely delighted if everyone in here finishes with an A as well. My goal is to give you as much information as I possibly can to make you as successful as you can possibly be when you go out there and start your careers. So, good luck, and I look forward to working with you all semester long. Take care. Bye.